Owning a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution in 2026 feels like unlocking a childhood dream. The sound, the turbo, the all-wheel drive grip. The same car that made an entire generation fall in love with JDM after watching the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. But here's the reality most people don't see. That dream car can quietly cost you $1,500, even $2,000 a month to own. And the worst part is, most people don't realize it until they're already deep into it. So before you start browsing listings, there's one question you need to answer. Can you actually afford an Evo in 2026? Before we get into it, if you're into honest car ownership breakdowns, real numbers, and content that actually helps you make smarter decisions, hit subscribe. Because this channel is about the reality behind the cars we all grew up wanting. Why the Evo still has a hold on you. Let's start with why you're even here. Because logically, there are better cars in 2026. Faster, more efficient, more reliable. But the Evo isn't about logic. It's about the era you grew up in, the culture, the feeling. Back when cars had personality. No fake exhaust sounds, no artificial steering feel, just a raw mechanical experience that modern cars have slowly lost. And that's exactly why the Evo has become something else in 2026. Not just a performance car, but a modern classic. The price of getting in. Evo tax is real. Let's talk about the first barrier, buying one. Back in the day, Evos were relatively affordable. That's no longer the case. In 2026, here's what the market looks like in the US. Evo 8 or 9, clean, mostly stock, $35,000 to $50,000 plus. Evo 10, decent condition, $25,000 to $40,000 plus. Low mileage collector grade cars, $50,000 to $70,000 plus. And here's the problem. Most of the cheap ones are the ones you don't want because they've been modified poorly, beaten on, or pass through multiple owners. So realistically, if you want a good Evo, you're paying a premium. That's the Evo tax.
Now let's translate that into real life. Because nobody thinks in full price anymore. They think monthly. Let's say purchase price, $38,000. Down payment, 10%. Loan term, 60 months. Interest rates in 2026, 6 to 8%. Your monthly payment, around $650 to $750 per month. And that's just to have the car sitting in your driveway. We haven't even driven it yet. Insurance is where things start to get uncomfortable. Because to insurance companies, the Evo is high risk, frequently modified, often driven aggressively. And your age group, 20 to 35, that doesn't help. Typical insurance cost in 2026, $200 to $350 per month. If you live in California, Texas, Florida, or any major metro area, you could easily be on the higher end.
Let's be honest. You're not buying an Evo to drive it like a Prius. The Evo averages around 18 to 22 mpg, requires premium fuel. With gas prices in 2026 hovering around $4 to $5 per gallon in many areas, you're looking at $200 to $350 per month on fuel. And that's assuming normal driving, which realistically doesn't happen. Now we get into the part that separates casual interest from actual ownership. Maintenance. Evos aren't unreliable, but they are high-maintenance performance cars. Regular upkeep includes oil changes, more frequent if tuned, spark plugs, brake pads and rotors, fluids for all-wheel drive system, spread out monthly, $120 to $250 per month. But that's just keeping it running properly.
Here's the reality most people underestimate. These cars are aging. The newest Evo is almost a decade old, and the older ones, over 15 to 20 years old. That means parts wear out. Common issues in 2026? Turbo wear, clutch replacement, transmission issues, cooling system failures. And for the Evo 10 specifically, the AYC pump, a known weak point. Repair cost? $1,500 to $3,000 plus. So when you average unexpected repairs over time, you're realistically spending $150 to $300 per month, even if nothing major happens immediately. Now let's talk about the biggest financial trap, modding. Because here's the truth. Nobody keeps an Evo stock. You'll start small. Intake, exhaust, then tune, intercooler, then suddenly wheels, suspension, bigger turbo. Before you realize it, you've spent thousands. And in 2026, parts aren't getting cheaper. If anything, they're getting more expensive due to limited supply, increased demand. Monthly average, if you're actively modding, $200 to $500. And yes, that adds up fast.
Let's put everything together. Realistically, car payment, $700. Insurance, $275. Gas, $275. Maintenance, $180. Repairs, $200. Mods, $300. Total, about $1,900 per month. That's the reality. Not the dream. The cost nobody talks about. And even that number doesn't tell the full story because there are hidden costs. Time spent fixing issues, stress when something breaks unexpectedly, waiting for parts, constant temptation to upgrade. Owning an Evo isn't passive. It demands attention. What this means for you. So, let's bring this back to you. If you're making solid income, have savings, and understand what you're getting into, then yes, you can afford an Evo. But if you're stretching your budget, financing heavily, or expecting it to be just another car, then this will catch up to you fast.
The Evo in 2026 is no longer a budget tuner car. It's a commitment. Financially, mentally, emotionally. But for the right person, it's still worth it. Because very few cars today give you that same feeling. At the end of the day, this isn't about whether the Evo is a good car. It's about whether it fits your life right now. Because the dream is one thing, but the reality, that's what you have to live with every single month. So ask yourself, can you still afford an Evo in 2026? Or would you rather get something else? And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.